Hi, Ron. Hi, Tracy. We're going to have a wonderful discussion here today. Ron, I kind of surprised you with this request. Thank you so much for making yourself available. Thank you,
Mhm.
Tracy, for coordinating all of this. Tracy's ready to go. She's a high energy girl. That's your,
Always.
I always like that email. High energy girl. So funny. We are high energy, all of us, except for Ron, because he's having a nap. But,
I'll
but
try not
hey,
to. I'll try not to snore while I'm sleeping here.
no, we'll keep you awake. We got some good things
Okay.
to discuss. We really do.
Okay.
Ron, I was thinking today about our shared history, yours and mine. And I'm talking
hmm
about back in the day before Loved Ones Society, before when you had the idea, you had an inkling in your mind, you knew what you were going to do, but you didn't know how you were going to manage all of this with all of the members. And you had just a theme. I had a theme too.
Well, that Love on Society was my project for me to do my project work. So,
Right.
and then I had some friends that suggested that I start sharing it.
Right.
And
I
that's how
had
it
a
came out.
I had a similar theme, and that was my Carden group. My Carden group was the group that I had when back in the day when we were
hmm
talking about just educating people about what was going on with the RV. Prior to that, I was writing articles, and so were you. We were all about educating people about to help them be aware of this coming shift that is taking place in the financial system. We were
hmm
all about the importance of humanitarian vision. And we were all about helping people understand the opportunity in this world that was going to be coming about, right? You did a
Yes.
great job educating people. You and I both. I did the same thing. I was writing. Tracy didn't know about it. I wrote a lot of articles that were published in our chronicles. You
hmm
know, I wrote a lot of articles that were published back from 2014, Tracy. That's a long
Wow.
time, right? I've been involved and committed to helping educate the world about the importance in projects and the importance of understanding how humanitarian projects are formed, the importance of humanitarian projects on the global scene, and the importance for this nation as we go forward, and the responsibility for people that have great wealth and for good planning. There's an education that's been taking place over all these years, a decade for many, 15 years for more. We have had a focus here of helping people understand projects, projects, projects. Right, Ron?
Yeah. I'm hoping they're getting the word. hmm
They're getting the word. They're getting the word. And our vision was always to come out with powerful projects, the most exciting technology, the most incredible technology, because guess what? We didn't need to have the approval of some high level individual planning whether or not they'd be able to support funding for it. We didn't have to answer to that. We were ready to go. We wanted to bring this technology without answering to the big pharma, without answering to the medical institutions, the FDA, that forget, I mean, whatever agency is out there that wants to control technology because it doesn't serve their purposes. We wanted to come out with the best because when we had the freedom following the RV, we'd be able to do that. That was our vision. That was our dream.
hmm
It still is today. We're going to create miracles post RV. It was a wonderful theme and something we have discussed for quite a while. The opportunity to manifest and to start came in a vision to me, just like it did to Ron. The idea as to how to bring this about came about through an inspirational moment. Ron's probably was thought about and communicated in a lot clearer than me, because me it was like instantaneous. There it is. That's how we're going to do it, right? There had been a lot of organizations that had come in that were private member associations, much like we've started. They had challenges. Private member association has a lot of challenges, but I figured I would roll the dice and take my chances, because you know what? RV's coming. When we look at what's coming and what's going to happen in the great shift that's going to take place, it's huge what's happening. And we expect it every day. You have anything you want to add to that, Ron?
Well, it's coming. It's, I got to be sure I push this in the right direction so I'm heard. The RV is, why didn't it happen 20 years ago? It's the same problem as we have now. They don't want us to have the money. And the banks don't have money to honor the revaluation of currencies that have been depressed. And so until we get rid of the bad people, we're going to have problems with getting the RV taken care of.
That's right.
That's the way I look at it.
There has never been a clear, easy solution to provide the opportunity for millions to have sudden wealth. And so we struggle while we wait for the shift that we know that's got to come about, because legislation, because of laws, because of legal tradition, such as it should be, such as we've been expecting to take place, are going to bring about a whitewash moment, this watershed event that we look for. And in the meantime, we can't stand still. We've got to get going. We can't stop. And that is what Ron is doing, and that's what I'm doing. So I wanted to take advantage here, Ron, of this opportunity with you, with the support that you have for QHS projects and everything. And I want to talk with you about where we can go. The Loved One Society has got unique characteristics with the vision that you have for centers that people are planning, locations all throughout the world. You've got a great network. 25,000 solid people, plus maybe more, with a vision for how they're going to have their center. This is huge, what you're planning. I'd like to support that, and here's what I'm saying we're going to be able to do. We have over the last 2 years, quantum healing systems has proven and been validated, and there's no question about the commitment that we have to humanity. Can I get an agreement on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me.
Unquestioned, right? We know what we're doing, we know where we're going, and we know what our plan is here as we launch this project into so many beautiful directions. What has happened, though, is they start with everybody to have their funds to be able to donate on an individual basis to be able to get started with their center. That hasn't happened as we've expected. What has happened? What has happened is that we've established credibility, and we have donors that are ready to support us. And the donors that we're expecting are going to help us get started with our first centers. And those first centers are going to grow. We're going to need people to run those centers. We're going to become a launch pad for a portion of the Loved Ones Society vision, because it's our vision too. It's wonderful, isn't it?
Yes.
I think it's very important for us to have this coherent dialogue about what is possible here, because that vision and that intention and the actions we take toward that end are carried, to everybody, right? We're a never-ending flow of communication. And so I want to carry that message to everybody. Loved One Society has the foundation and the core people that are our cup of tea. Your members are beautiful. Your members are our people all over the world. Your members have the vision that they want to be part of serving humanity. I love that. When we had a discussion here about where this project can go, you know what, Ron? I saw 40% of the world population being a part of our project. 40% of the world population is ready right now and praying for help, such as we can bring. No small number. No small number.
Even the humanitarians, many of them are not in the best of shape. They're not in the best form that they've had in their lives, and they need a restoration. Even myself, I need that restoration. So I'm falling apart. So I know that many, 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 or most are in that same position. Wouldn't you agree, Ron?
Yes, very much so.
Present company included, right?
Yes.
No, you're getting better and better and better again, Tracy. So there's no falling apart with you, girl. You're getting better and better again. So this is our view of the future that we're bringing, and this is what I wanted to talk with you about here, Ron. We have a special going on right now that you've never been able to bring to your members, and that is a special for one person joins, and they can bring in 5 referrals at half annual subscription fee. Okay, that's $200. That's fantastic. For the membership that they in QHS to participate, they receive their device. Okay, everything is perfect. We're going forward here in bringing in the right people at the right time, and we're looking at coordinating this with you in this way. Often what happens is there's someone that wants to come in and they can afford $400 annual subscription. But recognize this: what if they knew they could afford $400 and they're going to help another 5 people come in at half price? There's a very generous gift. See that?
Yes.
But it has to be coordinated. We're going to coordinate that on our side with the referral process. We were just meeting to talk about how we can coordinate that and how we can do that. We're going to work with Tracy on getting that done, if you're amenable.
Me or Ron?
Ron.
I'm amenable, and let me just kind of, you and I have talked about this before, Cynthia. So we are, we've been playing a game with the dark side for a long time.
Yes.
And it's like a poker game.
Right.
You have to pay your ante to keep your seat at the table. we have kept our seat at the table, but they're not letting us bring our money in to do the game.
That's right.
When that comes in, then things will open up to an extent. Now, Loved One Society can't function without the quantum financial system. And I have been told that Loved One Society will outlay the quantum financial system. Cynthia, I don't know if you really understand what the quantum financial system is. I would like you to. I've written documents about this, and I've read dozens of documents from other people. And especially lately, this Anna von Reitz, she's attacking the quantum financial system. And I say, well, you think you have a good handle on things, you go your own way. It has nothing to do with me, because I'm the real quantum financial system. When I say it's my responsibility to outlay the quantum financial system. That's what Loved One Society is all about. And in doing so, we'll get some funds initially. I do know how, not the total, because it always changes, but we will have somewhere between $6 billion and $20 billion to do what we're going to do. And that's the outlay of the quantum financial system. We will establish it and start putting our money in there. And then the quantum financial system, everybody can, not everybody, those who find out about it can have an account in the quantum financial system. And in the quantum financial system, it's an account to account transfer if we want to give money to certain people. And then the quantum financial system has the ability to put money into any bank in the world. Every bank in the world would want to be part of the quantum financial system, but the central banking system is not going to be around. The BRICS nations have a better chance of doing what is going to be appropriate to do.
Mm-hmm.
But we have the financial service centers that are being established by the banks, certain banks that have been the heads cut off, and there's people just below that upper management that are sincere in their desires to do what they can do in service to mankind. That's who these people are. That's why they love to go to work and do the things that they're doing. But they were screwed around by the big guys. Well, the big guys are no longer here. And that means that the financial service centers, you take Key Bank, for instance, here in Salt Lake, there's quite a few branches. There's a big main building, and then there's quite a few branches. And each one of those branches will be a financial service center. And the only money that will be available for that is in the quantum financial system, because if you're not part of the quantum financial system, then you can't exchange money back and forth. And so it's not as if it's a transition that's going to take place.
Mm-hmm.
And for those who are humanitarian mind, and see, the humanitarian heart and mind will not change who they are. Those people will not change who they are if they get money, because the money is not to be used for aggrandizement. Buy the house on the hill, buy the Bentley if that's what you want for yourself, but don't pretend that you're better than somebody else when you have the money to do that, because everybody's going to be getting a lot of money. And so it's a whole new economic system that we're creating. This is Loved One Society. You know, I'm not going to take any bows for Love One Society because it was just given to me by the heavens, by Jesus, and in coordination with the alliance. Jesus is in charge of this world, is in charge of the quantum financial system, is in charge of everything. The alliance, he's the Messiah. And along with that comes a lot of responsibility. And he shares that responsibility with me so that I can do my work with Love One Society. And I am always in harmony with what Jesus wants to be done, have done. I don't have so much control over the money as I will have. Yeah, I'll have control of a lot of money. But every time I use something, I will talk to Jesus about it and see that I'm in harmony. That's just the way I've handled things in the beginning, and that's the way I'll handle it until we're into the manifestation of the golden age of mankind. And so there's certain things that I have to do the right way. And I've told you that I will give you $100,000. And that's a commitment I made to you that was approved by Jesus. Okay. The rest of the money will have to be used according to the way that Love One Society is set up. Now, it's the revaluation of devalued currencies is going to be great for a lot of people. But it's only going to be great for the people who have the hearts that the money will not change who they are. And I'm saying the revaluation of currencies is not going to happen the way that people have understood it in the past, because they've you have people who have huge amounts of dinar and dong, and they position themselves to make a lot of money, but it's only fiat money. It's there's no gold backing behind it. And it'll come to a backing of gold back, but I understand the difference between gold back and the gold standard. Gold standard is where you put some gold over there, and that's going to secure or support your financial system or your currencies, if is on a basis, on a country by country basis. They put their gold over there, and then they say, we did that here in America. And Nixon just, with a pen, put us in a entirely different financial system and used the gold to back the dollar. So it's called the petrodollar. Well, he did that because they want to control the use of the money. And so I'm not trying to preach to you, Cynthia. I'm just...
No, it's okay, Ron. It's okay. I think you have a point to make here.
Yeah. So now we have the revaluation of currency, which is oftentimes includes the redemption of, I'll call it Zim bonds, but it's a redemption of any bond, historic bonds, whatever. A lot of people contact me. A lot of people have contacted me, and they have these historic bonds, and they want to donate them to Love One Society. And I say, well, you can't give them to me and expect me to redeem them and then give you the money back. You have to redeem them yourself, because that's the way it's going to be set up. And so it took a couple of years for one individual to really understand what I'm trying to say. And so, and now, Cynthia, I'm way out there as far as what I know to be true as far as the heavens are concerned. And a lot of people just have a real, what? Well, that's the way it is. Do you want me to lie to you? I can't. It's just the way it is. It's part of my knowing and part of who I am. And it hurts when people, castigate me and tear me down. It does. Not a lot of people do that, but there are some that do. I was so grateful that Will and Alex were, because what I was talking to them is different than they have ever heard before. It's different than I have heard before. And I'll just give quantum healing systems a very high recommendation.
No, it was wonderful. It was very, very wonderful. And thank
Yeah.
you for that discussion about this quantum financial system and what you're going to be doing. And we have a plan to be a part of that. And we have a place in that structure, and we're going to grow into it. And we're going to grow into it right now because we're doing the work right now. See? And so where I want to go with that is the discussion about you coordinating it with your members, because I don't want to wait on creating and understanding how our project is working and who we are and what it does. I'd like you to have the opportunity to bring members in that maybe couldn't afford it before, or were a little bit on the fence about the value add. What is it? Is it worth $400 to be a member right now? Right?
Yeah, well, for me, it is, yes. And
Yeah.
I think everybody should be involved with what we're doing and the programs that we have going. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And our Loved One Society people see that. They're looking for med beds to heal themselves so they can do their humanitarian work.
Yeah.
And when I came across with Dr. Alfredo and got absolute confirmation on who that man is, and he and his group of people, professionals, they're scientists and medical people, they follow the spirit in what they're creating. Now, he doesn't have the others around anymore, but he's still, his love for Jesus is just amazing. And Jesus loves him just the same. Well,
Right. We know
how
that.
can
That's
you do
true.
how can you do that the same? It is the same. So now I want to be I guess this is probably a good time to talk about this. His technology is sacred. And because it is sacred, it has to be brought into the world in a certain way. And there's some changes that need to be made in order for this to take place, in order for the money to start flowing. And there's some proposals that I would like to make for you. I haven't got to the point to get them all written down, but Loved One Society has a program for you, and you will be just really excited. In some respect, in some respect, you might be upset a little bit, but I just have to do things the way that Jesus wants it done. But I want to wait until I can do a proposal for you to get this filled out. Now, there's nothing that I can do yet, but here my intentions would be to. We'll have enough money to just pay for everything that we want to do as far as memberships are concerned, and the white devices, and perhaps even go into the home healing system. White devices and home healing system should be a package deal. That's the way I see it.
I'd love
That's the
that.
way I see it. Mm-hmm. And each person in the home should have their own white device. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, if you don't have money to do that, it's hard to do it. But when you do have money, then that's where I want to go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
We'd like to make
L-
that possible for every house in the world.
Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And I, I want to tell you that I'm very impressed with the things that you have been doing for quantum healing systems, your programs, the wow, all, and I don't have a good brain to remember all these things, but you have done a fantastic job in getting these people together.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ron. Thank you. Thank you for honoring us with that. Thank you. I agree. We have. It's been a miraculous evolution, and it has been an evolution, and we're continuing to evolve, and we will continue to evolve. That's why I'm
Yeah,
very happy to hear your
and and
proposals.
and
You
more
are
and more
here,
people.
you are a blessing, and you are here at just the right time because your vision in the direction that you want to go is very coherent with what we want to do. Do you see my figure there? That's like,
Mhm.
that's right.
Yeah. Uh, there can be some little change, not changes, maybe it's significant changes, but it will be for the best good of quantum heating systems with the money that we get. Now, part of our Love One Society is employee agreement accounts.
Mhm.
That means that we can sign employee agreements with everybody that is in a functional position within
Right,
quantum healing systems. Now, I'm
right,
not talking about $1,000. It's beautiful, but I'm talking about $2,500 a week,
right. Beautiful. Right.
10,000 a month for all of your
Sure.
people.
So people can live. Right. Mm-hmm.
So they don't have to have an outside job unless there's something, a project or something that they want to work on,
Right. Right.
saving dogs or puppies or whatever.
Right.
I
So
want them to have all the money to do all of that. I'm going to say this, but it's not of my feelings for what everybody is doing because it's beautiful. But I just don't have time to get into all of those things and really realize what they're doing. I have
The
not been
courses.
able to
The
go to them.
courses. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
courses
Mhm.
and the calls that they make. All of these things, I just get the reports back, and that is phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
Right.
Now, you take a bow on that,
Thank
Cynthia,
you.
because
Thank you very much.
you've done a tremendous job.
Tracy too. That's right. We'll both
Well,
take a bow. Thank you.
you it's you that brought these good people in, okay?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Here they are.
Yeah,
Now, to some extent, you've stolen Tracy from me.
I did. God, I know. Well, uh,
However,
thank you.
but the point
Thank
of
you
it
for
is that
allowing me to steal Tracy.
she loves what she's doing with you.
We love each other. It's
She
special.
loves what she's doing with her. Yeah. Um, when the money starts flowing, then she'll be doing other things and we'll have other people that get really involved with. Nobody can take her place. That's not what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But it may be that she's going to do a CAC in her area,
Yeah.
community assistance center in her area, with
Right.
a place for the QARC and that sort
Right.
of thing. So
Would love that. I'd love that so
yeah,
much.
well,
Hmm.
um, what I'm trying to do with this initial uh, input of money is to build the QARCs. We have certain people that we can help financially to build a QARC in their area. It can't be functional until we get the redemption funds, and we have to have the RSS program up and running for that. I'm thinking it will take time to do that, but I know that it doesn't have to take time.
No, it doesn't have to take time. I
And
want to
I,
get started. I want to get started on it yesterday.
yeah,
Okay.
well,
Yeah.
and so do I, my dear.
Hmm.
So do
Hmm.
I.
Right.
And so Love One Society has the 5 different programs. We'll not only be helping them get their health back, we will, through our uh, private funding, home funding accounts, we'll be paying for the homes of everybody in the world. And it's structured so it looks like it's a plan.
It's beautiful. It's appropriate. Yeah.
They'll look for it.
Mhm.
See, my thought is that the family is the most sacred thing, as above, so below. We have a family up above as well.
Mhm.
And that is the structure that Jesus wants to use. So anything that we can do to support the family, a family should never be kicked out of their home because of financial purposes.
Right. Never.
No farmer should have his land taken away because there was a crop failure of some sort and he couldn't pay his money back. That was the problem, and that was because the cabal did that, and the government officials were involved with that.
Free.
That's not going to happen. That's
Mhm.
not going to happen.
Mhm.
And we've had some tremendous ideas come through with the private home funding for homes, and it'll be a beautiful thing.
Mhm.
So
Beautiful.
we
Well,
get rid of.
I'm happy to support the health focus. I'm happy to support the energy focus. I'm happy to support a lot of things that tie in beautifully with the projects, right? We have it. We're getting it started right now. And so it's we've got to get it on paper, you and I. That's what we have to do. And I love to see it. And so let's do it. Okay.
Let's I'll work with Tracy, and perhaps Darlene can have some input into it because she knows Loved One Society
Yeah.
quite well.
Right.
And we'll set up the situation so that it's going to work perfectly for all of us.
I believe that.
So
thank you for your genius. Thank you for bringing your genius here. It's so important. So important. We have we are a project that is evolving, and this project is evolving in ways that make a lot of sense right now. Tracy had asked what the value add here was for joining. The important thing about joining is, first of all, Tracy never even considers this about the value add. That is, you get to be a part of supporting this project that is so important for the world, both of us. Okay. And you get the opportunity to be at ground level. That's so important. Thank you, Ron, for making that happen. Thank you for supporting us. You're doing that. Those things. And here's the third value add that isn't even considered, and that is you're helping other people. You're helping other people by, one, supporting this and also making it possible for other people to join in at half the annual cost. And then the last thing that makes it very exciting is that because what we're offering here is for each person that comes in at the full price that participates with other people coming in, 5 new members, they get to have the home system at a half price of their original donation. That's wonderful.
And see what that is by itself.
Yeah.
But we'll have the money to pay for all of the home systems for the people that
very much. I want to provide it for every member at no cost too, Ron. We want to get that going.
Okay.
My generous heart is answering to yours. Okay, for sure. And so we have a commitment here to get this going and to get it going as quickly as possible. We're trying to do that. As quickly as possible is always a moving target, because as quickly as possible isn't our ability to define. We want as quickly as possible yesterday. We want it all yesterday because we want to end suffering globally. It's a hard lesson to go through now, but we're doing it. We're doing it with grace, and we're bringing the blessing to those that participate of some improvement. Improvement is remarkable in some. And in others, a little bit, they're noticing it. And there's a hope there. And guess what? They've got a beautiful community to be a part of. So it's a win-win.
Well, that is a win-win. That's where you have come in such a beautiful way. And I see the hand in the glove. And this is the sort of thing that synchronism is one greater than the sum of the parts, because the addition of the parts is one all by itself, both of them working together.
Yeah.
So I look at synchronism and as something that will make it all work just perfectly.
Right.
And so
that's beautiful.
I want you to know that Loved One Society will be involved in this with huge sums of money for.
I know. God bless you. You're so precious. Thank you so much, Ron, for your generosity, your consistent support. And thank you so much. I just like to say this here. Money should not be a thing. Sadly, it is. We're doing what we can. We're doing what we can right now and helping as many people as we can right now. And it's a win-win for us because we need the support right now too. We need the support right now. Okay. The challenges that everybody's overcoming can be overcome with hand in hand, with people working hand in hand. There's our vision, there's our commitment, and that is the message that we're giving. Thank you for taking my hand, Ron. We're not letting you go.
I'm not going anywhere, my dear.
That's great. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful one.
This is a sacred calling. Let's call it that. It's a sacred calling.
I agree.
And it's fun to have Jesus, he's right over my shoulder.
I love that picture. That's it.
So do I. And I like having him show back in the back because he's supporting us.
Yeah. It's a beautiful.
Just wanted to point that out. I don't know if you can see it very good.
Yeah, I can see it. I have a friend who has the original of that. The author who wrote the book with her conversations with Jesus as she was painting his picture.
Oh, beautiful. Glenda Green.
Glenda Green. Yeah, Glenda. She's from Texas. She moved out from here, but she was from Texas. Was a friend, a very good friend of a friend of mine. So I knew her personally. Yeah.
So good.
I knew her when she was actually painting that painting. I had dinner with Glenda at the time.
Oh,
what a
wow.
wonderful story that was. Yeah.
And the book is just beautiful.
Book is so beautiful.
And if you read it and just something like the adamantine particles.
I know.
You look at that on the internet, it says the building blocks of reality.
Call them the God spark.
Well, it's matter unorganized.
Yeah. We're trying to organize it.
Well, the nature spirits are the ones that go in there and they form all of the different atoms for everything that is being built. That's what they do, and it's done in a split second of time. There's no time over there, so it happens all at once. In the eternal now, well, I guess is the best way to say it. And see, then it's projected into physicality, and there it is. There's our creation. See, that's why it's natural, because the nature spirits do it.
That's right. Split second of time.
Yeah.
Tracy, you think this is a good ending point?
Sure.
I'll tell you.
I'll help you work out the juicy details and, getting this out to your people. So our people.
Thank you so much, Tracy. Ron, I love that message. Thank you so much for this wonderful share and for being spontaneously available always. You're
Mhm.
so great. Thank you. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank
Tracy,
you.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Angel.
Thank you.